You may think that traffic is a problem present only in Metro Manila, shown by the absurdity of EDSA traffic and the amount of time it takes you from, let's say, Ateneo to Makati. Students and teachers alike face a lengthy drive when coming to school or going home. According to Inquirer.net, the Philippines has the fifth worst traffic in the world during the year 2015. An average one-way trip takes around 46.09 minutes. Furthermore, an ordinary man wastes 1,000 hours a year in traffic. The reason for all of this is the growing amount of vehicles that are driven all over the metro. A huge amount of 14,783 vehicles on average are registered every month. Added to that are the buses, jeepneys, and taxis that continuously stop anywhere on the road. Around 12,000 to 15,000 buses pass EDSA every day, and imagine all the chaos that these vehicles cause. Not only do these problems occur, but when people use public transportation vehicles, they look tired and distraught when they reach their destination. Before their day has even started, they try to look as fresh and clean as possible for what they have to do on that day. However, after they get on the public transportation vehicle and they get off on their destination, they disembark sweaty, tired, and distraught. Some people feel that it wastes time and effort and it results to low productivity. It is true, of course. The time it takes for you to get from one point to another takes too much time, and it feels that you have wasted your whole day on the road. Not only do the traffic affect the travel time of each citizen, but it also costs the Philippines a whopping amount of money. Based on the Japan International Cooperation Agency, the traffic cost the Philippines 2.4 billion pesos every day back in 2012. If this problem continues to occur and wouldn't be solved, then by 2030, it will cost us 6 billion a day. However, traffic isn't only present in Metro Manila. It is a nationwide problem that has to be solved immediately. In Tarlac City especially, traffic can be seen as a major problem as well. Two of the major roads, namely MacArthur Highway and Zamora Street, are constantly being bombarded with numerous vehicles every day. The intersection of these two streets remain traffic throughout the entire day, as SM's Tarlac is within the vicinity of the streets. Numerous citizens visit the mall every day, as the mall is one of the main spots in the city, wherein it is always being packed by people. Hence, there are almost always a plethora of vehicles on the nearby roads. Most of the traffic in the intersection of MacArthur and Zamora Street is caused by the public transportation vehicles, such as the tricycles and the jeepneys. While Tarlac is known as a city of tricycles, they are the ones who unfortunately cause the traffic. These tricycles just unload their passengers in the middle of the road, resulting in a delay in the regular flow of vehicles. The jeepneys do the same as well. They unload passengers in the middle of the road, and it causes traffic jams as well. This problem has to be solved immediately by the government, and it has to be done in a specific manner. These jeepneys and tricycles must have a respective stop wherein they can unload passengers without causing delay in the regular flow of vehicles. As of the moment, Tarlac City has a plan, but it hasn't been implemented yet. Their plan is based off the Department of Transportation and the Department of Interior and Local Government and the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board's Local Public Transport Route Plan Manual, Volume 1. They currently have a consultant named Krishna Bonaventura, and that was the person we interviewed. She said that there has not been a schedule in place yet for them to implement this plan, but there is already a framework being done. Apart from inquirers' claim that the Philippines has the 5th worst traffic in the world during the year 2015, the country was again tested by Waze. Waze conducted a global evaluation survey, and it was sent to 32 countries, including the Philippines. It examined 50 million Waze users through the Global Driver Satisfaction Index, and this index was based on 6 key factors. First being traffic level by frequency and severity of traffic jams. Second, road quality and infrastructure. Third, driver safety based on accidents, hazards, and weather. Fourth, driver services like access to gas stations and easy parking. Fifth, socio-economic including access to cars and impact of gas prices. Sixth, Waziness, the level of helpfulness and happiness within the Waze community. According to the survey, Metro Manila, on a city level, ranked number 1 with the worst traffic on earth, with Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, and Jakarta not far behind. Manila scored a low 0.4 in the traffic index, and the Philippines ranked as 9th in the worst place to drive among all the 32 countries that were tested. Although the Philippine government has proposed multiple ways to ease the traffic on EDSA, the Highway Patrol Group or the Philippine National Police was not able to untangle traffic and alleviate the problems present in EDSA. Once again, Manila topped the survey for the longest minutes spent commuting from home to the office with an average time of 45.5 minutes. CNN Philippines reporters traveled EDSA one morning, and it took them 41 minutes via the MRT from North Avenue to Taft, and 2 hours and 15 minutes via a bus ride. On the other hand, the Philippines ranked the lowest in the socio-economic index with a score of 0, which accounts for the gas prices and access to cars or ratio of cars to the population. The country was 13th in the worst road quality, such as the poor high-speed road density and the road issues density. Filipino Wazers were among the worst in the Waziness Index. This means that the Filipino drivers were not happy at all with the safety and road conditions found in Metro Manila or in the provinces. However, it isn't all bad for the Philippines. The country scored the best in driver services among all the 32 countries present in the survey. This means that there are enough amounts of gas stations, car services, and parking lots all over the country. The Philippines also is the fourth best in safety, according to the results gathered from the survey. This takes into account the number of accidents, hazards, and the weather conditions found in the Philippines.
Plan for Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program for the Province of Tarlac. Strictly speaking, it is the city or municipality that should be in charge of implementing the Omnibus Franchising Guidelines and PUV Modernization Program. So at the provincial level, we only provide the framework as a guide for the LGUs to draw up their plans. The local public transport route plan manual will be localized to ensure that appropriate measures are taken into consideration. Initially, the plan would have to be divided into phases. The first phase is data collection, situationer, and inventory of PUVs and their status. This includes conducting reconnaissance surveys and field surveys, as well as gathering secondary data. The second phase is the introduction of the modernization program, which should be coupled with a gradual phase-out of old PUVs. To start things off, new routes or pilot routes will be identified based on new development in the area. For example, since the establishment of SM is a major attraction of foot and vehicular traffic, it was chosen as the pilot route. Another example is how the province of Tarlac is a catchment area of SM Mall. There are numerous factors that are analyzed, such as the percentage shares of trip interchanges, a map of the study site, location of the mall, accessibility map of SM City Tarlac, impact area of the proposed development. Furthermore, we need to look at traffic movements in front of SM, traffic movements from SM to MacArthur-Zamora intersection, as well as the MacArthur-Zamora Street intersection, MacArthur Highway approaching the MacArthur-Zamora intersection, and the Zamora Street approaching the MacArthur-Zamora intersection. There will be a study on the baseline and future traffic at Tarlac without development, specifically traffic count data taken along MacArthur Highway and the MacArthur Highway-Zamora Street junction. Upon observation, geometric improvements may be applied to improve the current traffic situation. The next step in Phase 2 will be an analysis of trip generation data, mainly trips produced and attracted by the development and trip distribution and route assignment. Additionally, there will also be an estimation of future traffic with development along MacArthur Highway and at the MacArthur Highway and Zamora Street junction. The third and last phase is the full implementation of the modernization program throughout all of the routes concerned before.
The government really has to do something about the public transportation system. There have been two major cases with the MRT recently, one being the girl whose arm got stuck within the train and the tracks, and the second being the cart being detached from the main train body. For the case of the girl, like the citizens were the ones who were helping the girl instead of the officials. Like the officials weren't even reacting, and the citizens were the first one to react and to help the woman who got stuck. Like when they get the job, they should be trained to know what to do in these situations and what not to do. Like they have to control the witnesses, they have to find the nearest hospital, they have to have the contact right away in order to help the woman right away and as fast as possible. For the case of the detaching train cart, like they should check the train before it leaves or before it goes on its daily route so that things like these will be prevented in the future. Not only in the Manila that the government should alleviate these problems in, but also in the provinces. Like even though there isn't like a MRT system in the province, they should still fix the routes of the daily buses, jeepneys, and trikes who pass the main roads. For example, on a normal day, you see a bus stop in the middle of the road and it causes a jam. Like that should be stopped immediately. Because of that, people have been complaining and things have been going bad because of these situations. Like they cause so much traffic and they can be easily prevented with the proper planning and the proper placement of stops. This should be the priority of the government as it helps in the efficiency of the people and it helps also with the economy.